Good evening, welcome. I think today Swati is coming, then Jatin has come, Kaviram has come, followed by Nandini and also Viswa. Very good. Good. Now I think I told you to study Federal Bank, that glossary. We will complete that today. So what is this given here? Uh, Now it's an occasion for us to know the number of happy customers is 1 crore 81 lakhs. 1 crore 81 lakhs. Number of banking outlets, it is still they are giving 1442. One boy told it is 1500, but still it is showing 1442. ATMs, it is 1393, and cash recyclers, it is 578. Correct. Okay, now we have to go for another one. Federalbank.co.in. There is the glossary. Glossary I am not seeing. Why? Glossary. Where are you, glossary? Glossary. I think we can search here. Glossary. It's not coming. Why? Normally it used to come, but today it is not coming. Glossary. Why? It's not. Glossary, it's coming here. No? Glossary of banking terms. Yeah. I think we have done up to yum. We have done up to yum. So we can continue with yan. So we will start with the new candidates, Nandini, Jatin, and Swati. Swati, please start reading NA. Did you study about NACH? Swati?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा आपने पढ़ लिया. Very
Yes,
good.
I was just referring it.
Very good. Can you tell me what is NACH?
So NACH stands for National Automated Clearing House, sir,
Hmm.
which was actually introduced by National Payment Corporation. This NACH is nothing but a centralized clearing house, which is similar to which is a
Hmm.
centralized clearing house, which gives the interbank high volume and low transactions. So
Uh-huh. Interbank high volume, low value transactions that are repetitive and periodic in nature. See, the one speciality of this is that direct benefit transfers, that is amounts being credited to various accounts on the pressing of one button, like Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, where 11.8 crore farmers are being paid rupees 2,000 once in 4 months. That is all done through National Automated Clearing House. Also, the gas subsidy. Nowadays, I think there is no subsidy, but whenever there is subsidy element involved, that was being credited through this only. This NACH is one of the platforms of our NPCI, that is National Payment Corporation of India. Now, Swati, continue to read NEFT. Please read.
NEFT, National Electronic Fund Transfer, enables funds transfer from one bank to another but works a bit differently than RTGS since the settlement takes place in batches rather than individually, making any FT slower than RTGS. The transfer is not direct and RBI acts as service provider to transfer the money from one account to another. You
Yeah,
can
you can.
transfer any amount through any FT, even a rupee. You won't have to pay any fee for inward transfer of funds, but outward transactions are chargeable.
Yeah, good. Now, please read Swati. Negotiation.
In the context of banking, negotiation means an act of transferring or assigning a money instrument from one person to another in the course of business.
Hmm. Please read.
Non-fund based limits. Non-fund based limits are those type of limits where banker does not part with the funds but may have to part with the funds in case of default by the borrowers, like guarantees, letter of credits and acceptance facility.
Yeah. Whereas facilities like gold loan, education loan, housing loan, SHG loan, infrastructure loan, renewable energy loan, etc., all these things, money has to be given by the bank. So those are known as fund-based facilities. Facilities like issue of letter of credit or guarantee, or another one is um, yeah, the guarantees, letter of credit, and acceptance facility. There is a facility known as acceptance facility. These are given, wherein money is not given by the bank initially. The guarantee is issued now, for which bank will take security in the form of house property or some deposits. And in the eventuality of the contract being not fulfilled, and the beneficiary lodges claim on the bank over the guarantee, the bank has to pay this money and subsequently recover it from the customer for whom the guarantee was issued. Letter of credit is a facility where importer's bank will be issuing a letter of credit stating that if the so and so goods that are mentioned in the order are sent before so and so date, packed in particular fashion, and sent before this date, and documents are presented to the bank, they can be honored and the money can be given immediately. That means, supposing the importer is in India, is importing from America, USA, the bank in India will be issuing a letter of credit favor of the exporter, and it will be advised through the correspondent of our bank in India and to the bank of the exporter. If the exporter exports goods as per conditions specified in the letter of credit, the his bank, if they want, they can give money against it immediately and later on claim it from our importer's bank, and importer's bank cannot say no to that such a thing. It is said like that, but in practice there are lots of difficulties in this. For example, there was a contract of, say, export of letter of credit. So the letter of the export of onion from India to Middle East, the LC was received, and the goods was also exported. And by the time onion reached the Middle East, the price of onion fell down drastically. So the importer wanted to avoid clearing the goods and put the blame on the exporter. So what he did, he said, I have placed orders for Bellori onion, but Unfortunately, our exporter has drawn the invoice as simply onion. He has not mentioned Bellary onion. So using that as a ground, the importer said no for clearing of the goods. So such problems are there. All the dealings with the letter of credit, they are governed by UCPTC, Uniform Customs and Practice for Documentary Credits. So this is what it is. So that much is sufficient for you to know. Next, who was reading Swati? Swati, continue with non-resident.
Non-resident. A person who is not a resident of India is a non-resident.
Correct. Non-resident accounts.
Accounts of non-resident Indian citizens opened and maintained as per RBI rules.
Very good. Next.
NPA account. If interest and installments and other bank dues are not paid in any loan account within a specified time limit, it is being treated as non-performing assets of a bank.
But I don't know why they have given it ambiguously. But there should be one more important point mentioned. If interest or installments and other bank dues are not paid for 90 days and more from the due dates, then such an account will be classified as NPA. Okay, very good. Now, next, Nandini. Nandini, please read off balance sheet items.
Off-balance sheet items. Those items which affect the financial position of a business concern but do not appear in the balance sheet. Example, guarantees, letter of credit, etc. The mention of balance sheet items is often found in auditor's report or director's report.
Yeah. See, actually, what happens in the case of letter of credit, sir, there is a liability created on the part of the bank. But what will bank do on issuing of a letter of credit or guarantee? They will take a counter guarantee from the customer. So one will be liability, other will be asset. These are known as contra entries, same amount. These are known as contra entries. Yes.
Online banking. Banking through internet site of the bank which is made interactive.
So continue. PAP.
PAP checks means those checks which are payable at par. PAP checks can be encashed anywhere in India, irrespective of the city they were issued in. They are treated as local clearing checks across the country. The amount is credited in the account the same day, and there are no intercity collection charges associated with the normal checks being encashed in another city. There would be a notion on the top,
Notation.
or
There will be a notation
there would be a notation on the top or the bottom of a check including its status as a PAP check.
indicating its status. Doesn't matter. Continue. Passbook.
Passbook, a record of all debit and credit entries in a customer's account. Generally, all banks issue passbooks to savings bank or current account holders.
Okay. Continue.
Personal identification number. Personal identification
No, no.
number,
Also read within bracket. What is it given?
PIN.
Yeah. This is
Personal
what
identification number.
this is what they will ask in the interview. Expand PIN. PIN. Then you have to explain. Tell.
Personal identification number, PIN. Personal identification number is a number which an ATM card holder has to key in before he is authorized to do any banking transactions in an ATM.
Please read again.
Personal identification number, PIN. Personal identification number is a number which an ATM card holder has to key in before he is authorized to do any banking transactions in an ATM.
Good. Continue.
Phishing. Phishing is a fraudulent attempt to obtain sensitive information or data, such as username, passwords, and credit card details or other sensitive details by impersonating oneself as a trustworthy entity in a digital communication.
Impersonating means duping the other person. Sorry, posing as some other person. Mr. A posing himself as B and doing some transaction. For example, impersonation in exams. Mr. X will be writing the exam on behalf of Y, like that. Continue.
Plastic money. Credit cards, debit cards, ATM cards, and international cards are considered plastic money as like money. They can enable us to get goods and services.
Plastic money. Correct. Good. Read this.
Pledge. A bailment of goods as security for payment of a debt or performance of a promise. Example, pledge of stock by a borrower to a banker for a credit limit. Pledge can be made in movable goods only.
That is a normal example is a pledge of jewels, gold jewels. Yeah. Continue.
Post dated checks. A check which bears the date which is subsequent to the date when it is drawn. For example, a check drawn on 8th of February 2007 bears the date of 12th of February 2007.
Oh, for example, today's date is 1st April. If a check is drawn as 2nd April 2024 or 3rd or any other date that is to come, such a check is known as post-dated check. Such a check will not be honored by the bank because supposing you are honoring a check dated 8th April and by chance before that date the drawer dies, bank will not have an authority to debit the account. That is one reason. Second reason can be that before the due date, the party may issue a stop payment instruction. He may issue a stop payment instruction asking the bank not to pay also. In which case also bank loses its right to debit the account. Okay, very good. Now next, Jatin. Jatin, you are there.
Yes, sir.
Please read power of attorney.
Power of attorney. A minor is a person who has not attained legal age of 18 years as per contract.
Who has not attained.
Who has not attained legal age of 18 years. As per Contract Act, a minor cannot enter into a contract, but as per Negotiable Instrument Act, a minor can draw, negotiate, endorse, receive payment on a negotiable instrument so as to bind all the persons except himself. In order to boost their deposits, many banks open minor accounts with some restrictions.
I think we studied this under some other account also. Yeah.
Where you might see a difference.
Premature withdrawals.
Premature withdrawals. Term deposit like fixed deposits, call deposits, short deposit, and recurring deposits have to mature on a particular day. When these deposits are sought to be withdrawn before maturity, it is a premature withdrawal.
Premature withdrawal. For example, a person can open a deposit for 3 years, but after 1 year, since he wants the full amount, he can come to the bank and ask the bank to foreclose that one. And in that case, bank will not pay the same rate of interest which it has agreed to pay him for the 3-year period. Now, since the deposit has been with us for only 1 year, what they will do is they will find out as on the date of opening of the deposit, what is the rate of interest for a deposit of 1 year, because it has been with us for 1 year and above only. So From that rate of interest, they will reduce 1% and pay that only. Imagine for 3 years, the rate of interest agreed to was 6.5. And when the person comes and forecloses it after 1 year, on the date of opening, 1 year deposit and above carries interest rate of 5%, then the depositor will be paid only 4% interest. 5 minus 1, 4 for the entire period of 1 year, 1 month, or 1 year, 2 months for which the deposit was with the bank. Continue. This is known as pre-closure or foreclosure. But nowadays, what is happening? A new deposit has come where they say non-callable fixed deposit. Non-callable fixed deposit means you cannot foreclose it. And banks, in fact, give you 0.10% more interest for such deposits for which you agree not to foreclose. Okay, continue. Priority sector advances.
Priority sector advances consist of loans and advances to agriculture, small scale industry, small road and water transport operators, retail trade, small business with limit on investment in equipments, professional and self-employed persons, state-sponsored organization for lending to SC, ST, education loans, housing finance up to certain limits, self-help groups, and consumption loans.
Now, please read promissory note.
Promissory note. Promissory note is a promise slash undertaking given by one person in writing to another person to pay to that person a certain sum of money on demand or on a future day.
For example, if A is borrowing from Indian bank, he will say, on demand, I promise to pay Indian bank a sum of rupees so much with interest at so and so rate of interest. He will put a revenue stamp of 1 rupee, sign on that, give his address, and on the left side, we have been having a practice. We take the signature of the borrower again, and with a underneath that, we will write son of so and so, wife of so and so, like that. This is for identification purposes, because there will be one person is signing as Ramasamy. There may be so many Ramasamis. So this Ramasamy is son of which person? That's what they want to ensure, the identity of the person. Continue. Jatin, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry. Actually, provisioning is made for the likely loss in the profit and loss account while finalizing accounts of banks. All banks are supposed to make assets classification and make appropriate provisions for likely losses in their balance sheets.
Read it again, because for engineering students, they won't follow much. So read it again.
Provisioning is made for the likely loss in the profit and loss account while finalizing accounts of banks. All banks are supposed to make assets classification and made appropriate provisions for likely losses in their balance sheet.
So good. Jatin, what is your father doing?
Sir, he's in government servant.
No, he is in government service.
He's a government servant, actually.
He is a government servant, is correct. But
Uh,
normally we don't call it like this. We
okay.
normally say my father is working in
Government service, sir.
is working in PWD department of state government or central government, something like.
Okay, sir.
Or my father is working as superintendent, whatever it is, of so and so department. Okay,
Okay, sir.
please read.
Public sector bank, a bank fully or partially owned by the government.
Yeah, partly. Actually, this is not a correct definition. 51% and above shares in a bank are held by the government. Such a bank is known as public sector bank. Very good. Thank you, Jatin. Next, after Jatin, after Swati, after Nandini, we will go to Sonjoy. Mr. Sonjoy
Yes, sir.
Bolun. Now, please read. Or rescheduling of payment.
So reschedule of payment.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah.
Rescheduling of payment.
Hmm.
Rearranging the repayment of debit over a longer period than originally agreed upon due to financial difficulties of the borrower.
Hmm. Okay. Continue.
Restrictive endorsement, where endorser desires that instrument is to be paid to a particular person. He restricts for further negotiation or transfer by which word as paid to Ashok only. Now Ashok cannot negotiate the instrument further.
Hmm. Normally, we do not get such things in practice. But if at all they want to do it, they can write in this. Then restructuring of account.
Restructuring of a restructured account is one where the bank grants to the borrower concession that the bank would not otherwise consider. Restructuring would normally involve modification of terms of advances or securities, which would generally include, among others, alteration of repayment period, repayable amount, the amount of installments, and rate of interest. It is a mechanism to nourish, nurture and otherwise
Nurture.
viable
Nurture. It is a mechanism to
It
nurture.
is a mechanism to
Nurture means to take care. Yeah.
It is a mechanism to nurture an otherwise viable good, which has been adversely impacted back to them.
Please read.
Right of appropriation. As per Section 59 of the Indian Contract Act 1972, while making the payment, a debtor has the right to direct his creditor to appropriate such amount against discharge of some particular debt. If the debtor does not do so, the banker can appropriate the payment to any debt of its choice.
Debtor means one who has to make payment of the money. Creditor means one has to receive the money. Right of set off.
Right of set off. When a banker combines two accounts in the name of the same customer and adjusts the debt balance in one account with the credit balance in the other account, it is called right of set off. For example, the debit balance of rupees 50,000 in an overdraft account can be set off against the credit balance of 75,000 in a savings bank account of same customers, leaving a balance of 25,000 credit in the savings.
Only condition is both the accounts should be in the same title. Supposing one account is in the name, the borrower account is in the name of Mr. A. But Mr. A has got excess money in his another account with B, A and B. Bank cannot exercise its right of set off on such an account. If the overdue is in the name of Mr. X, and if there is another account in the name of X only, then this right of set off can be exercised. Continue.
RTGS, real-time gross settlement, is a fund transfer mechanism that enables money to move from one bank to another on the real-time and gross basis. Simply put, a real-time means the transaction is settled instantly without any waiting period. And gross means that it is not bunched with any other transaction. You can transfer a minimum of 2 lakhs through RTGS. There is no upper ceiling. RTGS is the fastest interbank transfer facility through secure banking channels in India.
Good. Next, after Sanjay, next is Vishwa.
Yes, sir.
Vishwa, continue. Safe custody.
Safe custody. When article of a value jewelry, boxes, shares, debentures, government bonds, Wills or other documents or articles are given to the bank for safekeeping in its safe vault. It is called a safe custody. Bank changes a fee from its clients for a such safe custody.
Bank, read again last sentence.
Bank charges a fee from its clients for such a safe custody.
Yeah. Continue.
A minor is a person, sorry, savings bank account. A minor is a person who has not attained
No, no,
legal age
no, no,
of
no, no,
18.
no. This is wrong definition. A savings bank account is an account which is opened by an individual or two or three individuals for the purpose of saving. And
Is that
the money can be,
repeated? I think so, sir. Premature
yeah,
something.
yeah, this is wrong. This this definition is wrong. I think in some other place, instead of minor, it has come here. Doesn't matter. Now, please read this teller.
Teller. Teller is a staff member of a bank who accepts deposits, cash checks, and performs other banking services for public.
Yeah. Nowadays, especially many of the banks have only what is that single window operator. That means a person will receive cash, he will also make payment of cash, he will do transactions, debit, credit, etc. Everything he will do. And this time in the recent bipartite settlement, they have agreed to increase the salary of all the clerical staff and others also. But while increasing, they have made it a condition that the staff also must be responsible for a higher limit. Normally, it was in some banks, it was 10,000. In a few other banks, it was 20,000. Up to 20,000, the clerk only has to verify the authenticity of the check. He has to verify the signature because the signature will be available on the computer. On the screen, you can see that and then make payment. But now I think such a limit will be enhanced because of the revision in salary, which has already been implemented. So you people, when you join the bank, you will be getting a higher pay. Earlier it was 39,000, so now it is going to be around 44,000. I don't know the exact figure. It will be like that.
In our book pamphlets, they given us 40,500 in salary.
That was prior to revision. So
Okay.
after revision, 17% increase is there. 17% means you can make it 15, in which case there will be an increase of 5 to 6,000.
Okay.
Continue. Read.
Sir, is it applicable for new joinees also?
Yeah, 100%.
Underwriting.
Hmm.
Underwriting is an agreement by the writer to buy on a fixed date and at a fixed rate. The unsubscribed portion of the shares or debentures or the other issues underwrites gets commission for this agreement.
So this is in respect of raising money from the market. Some shares are being bought. There are underwriters who underwrite, I will up to some limits, but invariably what happens? It will be oversubscribed. Continue.
Universal banking. When a banks and when a banks and financial institutions are allowed to undertake all types of activities related to the banking, like acceptance of deposits, granting of advances, investment, issue of credit cards, project finance, venture capital finance, foreign exchange business, insurance, etc. It is called as universal banking.
Please read again.
When banks and financial institutions are allowed to undertake all types of activities related to the banking, like acceptance of deposits, granting of advances, investment, issue of credit cards, project finance, venture capital finance, foreign exchange business, insurance, etc. It is called as universal banking.
And Federal Bank is a universal bank.
Okay.
Continue.
Virtual banking. Virtual banking is also called internet banking, through which financial and banking services are accessed via internet's World Wide Web. It is called virtual banking because an internet bank has no boundaries of brick and mortar and it exists only on the internet.
Correct. Continue.
Phishing is a fraudulent practice of making phone calls or leaving voice messages purport, purporting,
Reporting.
purporting to be from reputable companies in order to induce individuals to reveal personal information such as bank details and credit card numbers. Phishing.
Yeah, now this, this type of fraud, people are doing in different forms. Not before people become aware of one, another type of frauds comes and they do lot of frauds like say SMS, then in WhatsApp messages by sending a link. If you touch that link, finished. Your cell phone will go under their control. So many problems are there. We have to be very, very careful. Continue.
Wholesale banking. Wholesale banking is different from retail banking as its focus is on providing for financial needs of an industry and institutional clients.
Exactly. Yeah. And the question of frauds, etc., are committed mostly by only educated people. It is not that there are frauds who are not educated. There are, the number will be very less. The
Yes.
major number of phishing holders are people who have studied engineering or some other graduation. They know the ins and outs of the computer. Oh, Baba. They know everything and they can do all the wonders. Once it so happened, the one company offered to give advertisements to my YouTube channel. I thought it was a reputed company. Name was given as Netflix. So I thought it is genuine and relied upon that. That put me into a problem. My Gmail account itself was hacked. So we have to be very careful. I was tempted because of the good name, Netflix. It was not a real Netflix. It was a duplicate Netflix. So like that, things can happen. We have to be very careful. Very good. Where are we now? Yeah, Mr. Kaviram. Where are you? Kaviram,
Yes, sir.
please read Kaviram. First one.
Yes. First one, interview plus document verification. She asked me about my specialization in MBA. Second, will I be able to do sales and I have ever done sales? Third one, justify my answer.
Justify your answer. That is that you can do sales. Yeah. Continue.
Second interview, final interview. Two interviewer, introduction, one introduction, two mostly question related to me and my resume. Which bank I have account in SBI? Compare SBI and Federal Bank. Comparison in quantitative terms. Language I know because I know other languages too. Pan India comfortable. Mother, father, siblings information. Why banking? How will you contribute to the bank? Do I follow their social media? Any interview I had given before in any other company and details about the previous interview. Who I want, who I want to become like and why. I visited
Please,
the branch.
Kaviram,
Yes,
please tell me who you want to become.
yes, sir. I want to become like my father, sir, who has came from a village and now he has a good team and he's leading the uh, in business and he's living a good personal life. So I want to be like my father in case if they asked about it.
Yeah, but normally they will ask somebody who is not related to you.
Okay, sir. Then I will say like I want to be like APJ Abdul Kalam sir because he came from a most southern part of Tamil Nadu and he now in the every part of the world and I like his personalities and his personal qualities so I want to be like him.
No, but
Uh,
that is okay. But then they may ask somebody who is alive.
Oh, somebody who is alive, sir. Then, sir, if it is good, we can refer an IAS, IPS officers or someone, sir.
One you know about whom you know. Then I'll come to you later. Then now
Okay.
I'll go to Swati. Swati, please tell me, who do you want to become and why? Miss Swati. Swati is there or not? Swati ji. Swati. Hello, are you able to hear me or not, boys?
Yes, sir. You're audible only.
Then what happened? Swati,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Swati, what happened? You were sleeping?
No, sir. I had some network issues, sir.
Oh, Swati, what are you studying?
Sir, I'm pursuing my BCA, sir. Bachelor of
BCA.
Computer Applications.
Why did you choose BCA?
Sir, I had it was advice from my sister, sir, who had pursued Bachelor of Computer Science. She had pursued a BSc in computer, sir.
Mhm.
Because of
Okay,
her advice, I got into BCA. Sir.
okay, not bad. Now, Swati, who do you want to become and why?
As of my knowledge, rather than comparing it to the personality or if any famous personality who's alive, I would like to mention one of our club's presidents, sir, our immediate past president was Sanjay. Uh, he was the best president, sir. Seeing his leadership qualities, I'm inspired and wanted to be such personality, sir.
Okay, good. Now, Jatin, who do you want to become?
Uh, Actually, sir, I want to become like my teacher. So
Mhm.
the thing is that he's a very calm personality, and whenever you approach him, he's always happy to help you. He's not like a person who is irritated by if you ask again and again. So I want to become like him. I want to take some lessons from him, like how to help others, and
Is
how
he
to.
in college or school?
So he was in school actually.
He was in school. Very good. I'm really happy. Which subject is he teaching?
Sir, chemistry.
Oh, good. You like chemistry?
Not really, but yeah, yeah.
What is the formula for sulfuric acid?
H2SO4, sir.
Okay, good. Very nice.
Thank you.
Now we will go to the questions. Kavin Ram, you were reading, na?
Yes,
Who
sir.
was reading? Yeah, please read.
Yes,
14.
sir. I visited the branch near me and told the branch manager name, so they were happy.
Next question.
The worst and the saddest day of my life.
Baap, this is a very bad thing. Now all of you should answer this. This is a boring question, but still you have to answer. We'll start with Kavin Ram.
Sir, I need time, sir. 1 minute.
What is the question?
The worst day of my life.
Worst day of my life or saddest day of my life? Yeah. These questions are easy to ask but difficult to answer. But they test you to find whether you can withstand such strains also.
The saddest day of my life is leaving my home and joining in the hostel of my college, sir. Uh, for the past 12 years, I have been in my home. So it is so hard for me to initially adapt to those changes in the hostel.
You are actually from which district?
I'm from Tirunelveli, sir. I have shifted to Coimbatore.
Oh, so first day you cried?
Initially, sir. On first day, I feel very sad. After that, it went. Now I'm feeling hard to get back to Tirunelveli from Coimbatore.
Yeah, now you will come, you would have come to a stage when you may not fit in with the family.
Yes, sir.
So that is the situation. That's good. So first day, what did you do? You cried. How many people were there in your room?
Sir, there were 4 people with me, and
All
all
the
those
all the
big
four
guys
cried.
are all the 4 not great, sir. But some of them have already been in hostel in the
Hostels.
school itself.
Oh,
So they have been enjoying, but it's hard for me since it is first day in hostel. After that,
then how long did it take for you to overcome that?
sir, it's around 2 to 3 weeks. I was okay with it, sir,
Very
because
good.
the person with me we started to play games and it went like well after that.
Good. We'll go to Jatin. Jatin, Mysore boy. Boliye.
Sir,
Saddest day.
saddest day, sir. So when I was couldn't able to get JEE.
Oh, that
Yeah,
is JEE means IIT.
yeah, sir.
Okay. Did you study properly through institutes like Akash? I don't know. So many other institutes are there. Did
No,
you
sir.
study like?
No, sir. Actually, I couldn't because I got less percentage in my 12th, so I couldn't write actually.
Oh, percentage was low. Achha.
Yeah, actually, its minimum percentage for JEE is 75%. I got 73, so that's why I couldn't able to write.
Achha, achha. It's okay. That's right. After Jatin, we will go to Nandini.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
So when I was not able to get symbiosis because my parents were not ready to send me to symbiosis college, even after scoring very well in the exam due to COVID. So,
achha, achha. What happened during COVID days? What happened?
so during COVID days, my parents were not agreeing to send me to Maharashtra because during that time, Maharashtra was a very red zone because of COVID. So they did not agree to send me there. So I couldn't get admission in symbiosis. So that
So
was the
you,
saddest thing.
so you were staying. You are a person from Mysore,
Yes, sir.
and you studied uh, graduation in Mysore. Sorry, Mysore itself.
Yes, I studied graduation Mysore. I'm pursuing right now.
Uh, but then now it must be post graduation by now.
No, sir. For graduation only.
No, 2000 or 2021, if you had tried for graduation, now you must be in post graduation. No.
No. In the beginning of my BBA, actually, I wanted to write CLAT, sir. I wrote CLAT. After that,
Oh,
I got good. I not write CLAT. In fact, I wrote law exam for symbiosis, where I scored good mark. But because there in that period, it was peak COVID, and even my BBA classes we had online only
oh, that is
in
why
my
they
first
allowed
and
you.
second semester. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. No problem. So that was Miss Nandini. Then we will go to Sanjay.
Yes, sir. So actually, I won't tell it as a worst day, but it was my saddest day during my school farewell, where where we used to think that we will be meeting often, but it's not possible. So the last day during our exams, so we got separated. So from then till now, I haven't met my school friends. So it's been it's been 4 years. So from that day, we all almost we know that we won't be meeting, but still we'll be having that feeling. Like often we have to meet, so but it's not that possible. It's not that easy. So I feel that was my saddest day.
When you are telling about this, just today I had been to a group of our bank branch. I have served in 7 or 8 branches, out of which this one branch only people, they started some WhatsApp group. And so we are in touch with each other, and this is that group. Are you seeing on the screen? And there were so many members, but out of that only 7 of us were there. And the it was all started. This WhatsApp group was started by this boy, Surya Narayanan, and the program was organized thanks to the initiative of this person and this person. So we were there in a Hotel Matsya in Chennai, just for about 1.5 hours. We were talking like that. So it's like this. Yeah. In Tamil, we have a song. பசுமை நிறைந்த நினைவுகளே பாடி திரிந்த பறவைகளே பழகி கழித்த உழர்களே நாம் பிரிந்து செல்கின்றோம் நாம் பிரிந்து செல்கின்றோம். It's a movie song from Ratchatilagam where the hero and heroine will be singing about. So all hello friends, we have been living together for about so many years. Now we are going away. We don't know where we are all going, like that. So that was the song. So I am reminded of that song when you told this example. Very good. That who told that?
Sanjay.
Sanjay. Good Sanjay. Agriculture Sanjay. Now we will go to Vishwa.
Yes, sir.
Tell me. Saddest
So for me, it is almost similar to the Sanjay, but I am not worried about all the persons lifting, but I worried about only one person, and she's my best friend. We have been together for 11 years, sir, but we thought we could reach the college, same college, and we could join, but due to some financial reasons, we have been separated from the colleges, sir.
Yeah. Now all of you talked or anybody has not talked? All of you talked, no? Kabiram, Jatin, Swati, Sanjay, Vishwa, Nandini, you also talked. No? Very good.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you so much. Now we will go back to the questions. Yeah. No, but actually, many of the concept-oriented questions we can easily answer. Only questions like this only are problematic. That's why I am asking this to you. Anybody from BBA? BBA, who is BBA? Our Nandini, BBA?
Yes, sir.
Please read this. GST means.
So it's not visible in the
Your
screen.
screen is not
Acha,
visible.
sorry. Please read.
GST means SGST, State Goods and Service Tax. 100%. 100% state government will come directly. IGST, interstate goods and service tax, 50% will come directly to the state government, 50% to the central government, 41% of that again to states. CGST, central goods and service tax, 41% tax will be distributed on the instructions of 15th Finance Commission. The remaining 59% will be used for central projects. Direct tax, income tax filing, corporate tax, 59% of central government projects, 41% and allocation of state governments on the recommendations of 15th Finance Commission. Petrol diesel tax, Karnataka, petrol, 100 rupees in petrol, state tax is 21 rupees, central tax 19.9 rupees. Diesel 100 rupees in diesel, state tax is 21 rupees, central tax is 15.8 rupees. Excise Sunak, alcohol 18% central government, 83% Karnataka state government.
Very good. Thank you. So now, what is the time now? Nearing 8:26. Any questions, please? Anybody has some questions to ask? Besides, don't believe about my teaching in the class only. You start reading yourself. You start watching videos, take down notes, and prepare notes of your own accord so that you can raise questions to others. And above all, go through what is that Federal Bank website, RBI website, and also the one I gave you. What is that? Banking updates. Today I have given banking updates of April also, month of April. Maybe tomorrow we can take it up. Take up this. In the meantime, you can study and come. Maybe you will understand this easily when we start discussing about this one. So please read this and also the current affairs snippets and all, so that your general knowledge will improve. Very good. Thank you so much. Best wishes. We will meet other things remaining constant at 8:30 p.m. on 2nd April 2024. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Sir, whether the financial figures of Federal Bank released, sir?
No. It will come only after 14th or 15th.
Okay, okay, sir.
Though everything is computerized, they will not release it immediately because all the branches would have sent it by this day's evening.
Okay, sir.
They will send by today evening. So from tomorrow, they will start compiling it and auditors will check it and all. Though they are ready, they may make some adjustments and all that. And then they will reveal the details probably by 15th or 16th of April. That is how normally it comes. Last time also, this one came on October 14th or so. Sorry, January 14th or after January 14th. This is up to December 8th. That's what. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.